Dewey is really out roaming today in not very hospitable weather. But today on my channel, if you want to watch in the comforts of your house, your home, you can watch me take public transit from my house in the west end of Toronto down to the Manulife head office on Bloor Street, just east of Yonge Street on the north side. And I wanted to come and put eyes on the 12,000 flags that have been planted in remembrance of the 120,000 soldiers that gave their life through world wars, through peacekeeping missions and other conflicts. Each flag represents 10 deceased soldiers. And I'm currently in St. James Cemetery, one of the oldest operating cemeteries in Canada. And I just went and paid my respects to a Victoria Cross recipient. And there's one buried in the cemetery, and there's one that has been cremated at the crematorium. And technically he is buried on Canadian, or his remains are interred on Canadian soil as well. So if you want to see about 5 kilometers or 6 kilometers of me walking through the city and look at some of the snow on the ground, stick around and watch. I'm not gonna post everywhere I walked and everything, but just more of the more important moments. Anyhow, if you got any comments, put it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. So as you can see, in Toronto, we're getting our first snowstorm. Well, I shouldn't say snowstorm, dusting of snow. Wrong choice of words. And I'm heading down to the downtown core of Toronto. I want to stop by the Manulife building on Bloor Street, just east of Yonge on the north side. They have a big display of Canadian flags there, and I want to lay eyes on it. They have 12,000 flags there. Each one represents 10 Canadian service members and or support staff that have given their lives in action during or since Confederation in 1867. So predominantly World War I and World War II. But I'm taking public transit down. Apparently it's Sunday in Toronto. It is 7:30 a.m. Apparently the subways don't open until 8 a.m. and I've been told by people that use transit quite a bit that Sunday is the most active for crazy people. So let's go see if we can disprove that, or we can prove it. Anyhow, stay tuned. So I got on the Jane bus, went down to the Jane subway station, and apparently the subway's not open until 8 a.m. which I kind of knew that, but it doesn't matter. So I have a little time to kill. So I'm going to walk from Jane subway station to Runnymede subway station, maybe half a kilometer, 3/4 of a kilometer. And I'm going to tell you a story, what happened to me on Friday. So Friday morning, I go do a little grocery shopping over at my local Walmart in the west end of Toronto, the Stockyards location on St. Clair. And I got there about 20 after 7 in the morning. So when I got there, I seen a gentleman outside selling, well not selling, but a poppy volunteer. So people that don't know what poppies are, I'm wearing one right there. They are symbolic and worn every year in Commonwealth countries, and I believe in Canada since 1921. It was to commemorate and to pay homage to soldiers that have fought and died initially in the wars before the First World War, then the First World War, then subsequently World War II, then our other conflicts and peacekeeping missions. It's to show support for military veterans, and some of those veterans gave their lives. In Canada, over 100,000 people have died in conflict since Confederation. So closer to 150,000. So I go in, first I talk to the poppy vendor. I talk to him, and I kind of recognize him. He's an older guy. I kind of recognize him, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So I go in, I do my shopping. I'm in there for about 20-25 minutes. And I bought some perishable items. And so when I came out, I knew I was going to put some money into his poppy box coming out, because I paid cash at Walmart and I had some change left over. I didn't need a poppy. I have lots of poppies, but I always contribute to the people standing, the poppy volunteers, because, you know, that's what I do. So when I came out, I seen a Walmart employee in a yellow vest talking to the poppy volunteer. So I'm like, at first I'm thinking, okay, this is just an amicable conversation they're having, whatever. So then the sliding doors open, the automatic sliding doors open, and an older lady wearing a blue Walmart vest says, very clear, she's calling the police. So I'm like, what? Calling the police? So anyhow, I said immediately, what's going on here? Gotta watch these guys. So I said, what's going on here? And the Poppy guy goes to me. He goes, they want me off the property. And I said, what? They want you off the property? I go, that's not a good thing. So, and at the time I had my phone in my crossover bag that I'm wearing today, and it was in the pocket where the phone's designed to go. And you know, I didn't want to reach for my phone and start videoing it, and I didn't. So I said to the Walmart employee in the yellow vest, I'm assuming he was some sort of spokesperson, or he was wearing a yellow vest. I don't know what that means in the Walmart world. But his English was broken. I couldn't really understand his English too well. But I said, I don't think it's going to be in Walmart Corporation or Walmart Canada's best interest to call the police over a Poppy volunteer. And at that time I reached over and I put some money in the Poppy box. So then another person stopped and was you know, behind me, and was just looking to see what was going on. Then a third person came out, and I'm assuming it was store security. He was in street clothes, so he kind of positioned himself behind me, which I didn't like, but I tolerated it. And he didn't say a word. So then the Walmart, I determined the Walmart guy said, well, he's not allowed to be here because he doesn't have authorization. So I said, listen. And at that time, the Poppy vendor, or the Poppy volunteer, I should say, was trying to explain to him what the significance of the Poppy was, and he was kind of flustered, and you know, he couldn't get it out properly. So I said, listen, I go, buddy, I go, to reiterate, do not call the police. It ain't going to end well. So then he says to me, the guy that works there, he says, well, I'm going to go in and check with media relations. And I go, that's a good idea. So anyhow, I had milk and yogurt and some cheese and whatnot. I had to get home. So I went home. Oh, sorry, before I left, I asked the Poppy volunteer who was running the Poppy campaign over at Legion 266, which I know is the local Legion that would take care of that location. And he said it's a guy named Steve. Now this Poppy volunteer, it was his first year doing this, so he's not too high up in the Legion hierarchy, but the Steve I was thinking he was talking about was a Steve that lives on my street. I'm not going to say his last name, I know it. And nice guy, I've known him for years, and he's higher up in the politics and the Legion hierarchy, so I assumed he was running the Poppy drive. So on the way home, I stop at his door, so it's a little bit before 8 a.m. I knock on the door, and his lovely wife answers the door, which I know, and they have a nice dog too, a German Shepherd mix, an older dog, and he likes me, this dog. So he didn't bark at me, so it's kind of nice to see the dog. So I said to his wife, I go, is Steve here? And she said, yeah, but they were both sleeping. So anyhow, yeah. Steve comes to the door. I said, listen, Steve, I go, one of your Poppy guys is over at the Legion, and they're over at the Walmart, and they're threatening to call the police on him. And he goes, oh no, it's not me, it's another Steve. So the other Steve, he said the last name. I recognize the last name, and I'd probably recognize the guy to see him. Like, I'm obviously a local guy in the neighborhood as well. And so I apologized to Steve, and so anyhow, I went and put my groceries away. Went out to the garage, jumped on my e-bike because I have my GoPro mount and everything on the e-bike. So I went back over. So round trip from the Walmart to Steve's house to my house to unload the groceries and back, I'd say about 20 minutes, maybe 25 at the most. So I get back to the Walmart, and well, from there you'll see the video. I will post the video. I took some video of it when I got back, and my GoPro battery was kicking in and out, so yeah, I didn't get all the footage I wanted, but there were some nice people there donating to get a Poppy, and one lady from, I think she said St. Vincent and Grenadine, she put a $20 bill in, which I didn't get on camera. She put a $20 bill in, and very nice lady, and yeah, so it turned out okay. So I stayed there for about an hour, but I'll put the video on the end of this. I'll tell you, when you're talking to your camera That walk from Jane to Runnymede, holy moly, it goes quick. So we'll see. I think it's open, and I have a Jane Street transfer. Let's see if they're going to take that here with my explanation. Don't get this guy on camera. How you doing, buddy? I got a Jane transfer, but the subway was closed there, so I walked over.
No problem.
Okay, thanks.
Stay back.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
This is the camera?
Yeah, you're not on it.
Oh.
You're not on it, don't worry. I had it, I was holding it down.
Sorry?
I was holding it down.
Okay.
Yeah, the TTC operator wanted to ensure that I wasn't filming him. And yeah, I didn't want to cause any problems anyways. And, you know, that's not my thing anyways, but. So the next stop will be Bloor. I'm the only one on the platform. So I would imagine the frequency of the trains running is quite diminished with regards to during the week or even on Saturday. I'm in no rush. The station's clean. Just noticed they got these supplemental support barriers installed down here. I can't remember the last time I was at Runnymede subway station. Huh. Interesting. Just got off the subway at Bloor Street, and apparently there was some sort of disruptions going on with the subway today, but I thought it was going to affect me. I was going to have to get off at Spadina, but maybe it'll affect me on the way back. I don't know what's going on. I'm walking east on Bloor right now, and the snow's coming down pretty good now. I'm geared for it. I'm wearing completely waterproof outerwear jacket. I got my crossover kitted out today for downtown travel. I got a backside sling on as well, kind of kitted out for downtown travel. On the external molly, I have a red light. I have an EDC, a Nightcore EDC 27, 3000 lumen tack light, and a tactical pen. And yeah, so I don't think it's going to take me too long to get to my destination. Just coming up to Manulife Financial headquarters in Toronto. I don't know if this is the national headquarters, I'm not sure, but what a scene from here already. Wait till you see this. You already haven't seen it on the news. So this is the first time I've laid eyes on it in person. Now, yeah, Manulife head office. Okay, that makes sense. This building, I've known it now since I was a kid, but they're for me, they've always been known for their the way they manicure the lawn. But anyhow, look at this here. Remember the fallen. Remembering the fallen. Manulife honors the fallen members of the Canadian Armed Forces with our annual memorial service, Remembering the Fallen. This service honors those who have lost their lives during wartime and peacekeeping missions. As a tribute to these brave individuals, more than 12,000 flags are planted by our employees, with each flag representing 10 fallen members of the Canadian Armed Forces, to commemorate Veterans Week, November 1st to November 11th. By entering this area, you agree that Manulife may use your photograph, image, and or likeness in any picture, film, recording, or any other form of media for any purpose throughout the world without limitation or compensation. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not here to gain wealth. So what they're telling you is don't screw around with the flags, or because you're on video. So that's kind of cool. I can get into this. Wow, this is done up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get in. I don't think. I didn't think, I wasn't planning on getting into the grounds anyways. Yeah, there's no way these gates are open. Yeah, they're locked. They're locked. That's okay. But look at the nice banners they have. Very nice, beautiful building too. I'm not sure what memorial that World War I soldier's from. I don't know if that's Vimy. I can't. I've seen it. I don't know. Is it the National War Memorial? Maybe. In Ottawa. But look at this, eh? The time and effort to put all those flags. 12,000. So representing 120,000 fallen service members and support operators. Wow. If I came during the week, I could probably get into the grounds. People would think, hey, you didn't come down on the very best of days weather-wise, and my answer to that is, hey, I'm Canadian. I'd come down here in a blizzard, I wouldn't care. This weather isn't going to deter me one way or another. Now, I'm not too far away from St. James Cemetery. St. James Cemetery is at Bloor and Sherbourne, just down south on Sherbourne. Now, in that cemetery, there is a Victoria Cross burial in there, and I believe his name is Hamden Zane Churchill. I believe that's the way it's laid out, his name, I believe, without Googling it. But I've been to his grave before, well over a year ago. Now I'm wondering, do I walk down there and show you his grave? You know what? It's Remembrance Week. Let's do it. St. James Cemetery, I thought was off Sherbourne, but it's off Parliament. So it's the next set of lights up there, way up there. So it's quite a walk, and it's quite windy, and it's quite cold out, and it's snowing pretty good. But you know what? I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And so, also, the cemetery might be closed, but I'm gonna walk anyways. I get my steps in, and this walk will toughen me up a little bit. And when I get there, if it's open or closed, I'll tell you a little story. It's Dewey's story time. And if it is closed, I will put the link on this video for when I did visit his grave like a year and a half ago. So I got a little walk. When I get there, I'll let you know either way. Well, you'll know either way. I'm just on Bloor Street right now. Right there is Parliament. I'm a little west on the south side of Bloor, west of Parliament. And down here, right there, there's a homeless encampment. And down in here are several homeless encampments. And this is where the Bloor line, I believe it's line 2, I think, or line, I don't know, comes into the Bloor line anyways. And yeah, so you can't see it. If you're just walking by, you don't know what you're looking for, you walk right by it, especially with the snow on the tarps. But yeah, this is the third homeless encampment I've seen since I've been on this Sunday walk. Thought I'd point that out. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if I can get into this cemetery today, but established 1844. It's in the top 10 oldest operating cemeteries in Ontario. And to my left, we got a homeless encampment right there. They're going to be hunkered down today. They don't need supplies. They'll be staying in there today. You don't want to open it up unless you got to go to the washroom because you'll lose the internal heat. But anyhow, let's go up Parliament here and see if we can get into it. There's also, so it's Hamden Zane Churchill Cockburn that is buried here. And also Major, I believe it's Major James Holland, Gibson Holland, was cremated here. So if you're cremated on Canadian soil, you're deemed as being interred on Canadian soil. Okay, that's the way they have set it up. So there is two technically in this cemetery Victoria Cross recipients, but only one with a physical grave. And trust me, I spent a lot of time researching that, trying to find Mr. Holland. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. But let's just see if we can get in up here. I'm not so sure we can. Okay, it looks as though the gates are open. So they're going to have a Remembrance Day ceremony here as well. Oh, that's very cool. I didn't know that. Huh. Cavishtown Remembrance Day ceremony. St. James Cemetery. 9:45, doors open, 10 a.m. ceremony. Oh yeah, very nice. So I've been here twice before. And I guess this is a custodial house here. And last time I was here, I was looking at the map over there on that board, and there was a large dog out that top window, like with his feet on the porch roof. And he wasn't barking or nothing, but he was a mean looking dog. If that dog could tell stories, he could probably tell you some stories about this place at night. Hey? So there's my understanding, that's the church, the chapel, and also the crematorium's in there. So Edward James Holland, I believe that's his name without looking it up, Major. You know what, I am going to look it up. Hold on. Okay, I'll just give you a quick little background on Edward James Holland. At the time of the Victoria Cross, he was a sergeant, and it was during the Boer War. On November 7, 1900, Sergeant Holland was part of a small rear guard troop assigned to protect the withdrawal of Britain's infantry from Komati River, K-O-M-A-T-I River, when advancing Boers were attacking the retreat column. He held off the enemy with his Colt gun and kept them away from two 12-pound cannons, 12-pounders, until the withdrawal was complete. For gallantry in the face of the enemy, he was awarded the Victoria Cross. So technically he's on Canadian soil, Mr. Holland, and he's his remains, or what's left of his remains, are in that chapel. Okay, so this cemetery is quite large, but I'm going to go off memory to where Hamden, Zane, Churchill, I think Cockburn. It's got quite the name. And if memory serves me correctly, he's also from the Boer War. I haven't looked him up recently. And his medal, his Victoria Cross, I do believe is currently owned. The original is owned by Upper Canada College. And they have a replica on display there somewhere. But the real one's in a safe somewhere, I would imagine. Comes a couple joggers. So yeah, like I said, this cemetery is quite large. So I'm going to tell you a little story on the way to where I think his grave is. So yesterday, today's Sunday in Toronto, yesterday, Saturday, I made my way up to another cemetery. So this is the second cemetery I've been in as many days. And yesterday I went up to Assumption Catholic Cemetery in Mississauga to visit a friend of mine's father, who was a Toronto fireman, and he died in the line of duty on November the 8th, 1984. And his name's going to remain private. But I went up there and I placed a flag for him on the 41st anniversary of his death. Did a little maintenance on his bronze marker, and I did a video for my buddy. And that video, unless they want it on YouTube, it won't see public. So when I was up there, I also did a little research on that cemetery, and there was a soldier that got killed in action in Afghanistan in 2008, and his name is Mark Diab, Trooper Mark Diab. He was 22 years old, and he was killed in Kandahar province with an explosive improvised device, an IED. And so yeah, so it turns out that who's chasing you? What are you guys running from?
For fun.
Yeah, for fun. Don't look like fun to me. So where was I? Yeah, so where my friend's father was resting, Trooper Mark Diab's grave wasn't too far away. So yeah, and you know what? I'll put a picture of me and his Mark Diab's final resting spot up on this video, and I'll put a link to a little documentary biography someone did for him. He's of Lebanese descent, and he joined up young to the Canadian military. I believe the Royal Dragoons was his division, or his regiment, I believe. The Dragoons. I don't know if it's Royal Dragoons. Forgive me on that. I'll correct it in the video up on the screen if I made an error there. And when he lost his life, you know, other people that were in his regiment or his company, they got severely injured as well. But I'll put that up on the screen if you want to watch that. I'm coming up to the Hamden Churchill Cockburn's grave. I can see something that I remember. There's a mausoleum up there, and I believe, if memory serves me correctly, the name on it is Brock, I believe, but I could be wrong on that. And wait till you see this. Once I get closer, I'll start filming again. Yes, so the name is Brock on this monument. Now, I didn't look it up. Obviously, I seen it last time I was here, but I didn't look up who the person was or the family, what significance they had to this area or Canada. But this thing is something. This is something. So whoever this person was or this family was, they were a people of prominence. Holy, oh, okay, hold on a second here. They got a lot of earth dug up over here. I don't remember that, but anyhow, oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, so look at this. That is something. Can you imagine what the cost would be to build something like that today? So this is the southeast most corner of this cemetery, at least up on the hill, because it goes down in the valley. This cemetery is quite large. Okay, so I didn't bring a flag today because I didn't think I was coming here, and I didn't have to bring a flag to the Manulife head office. So let me see what we got going on here. I don't want to step on this. It's one thing I don't do. Don't walk over people's graves. And whenever I come to a grave, I always say that I'm here with no ill intentions. I'm here as a friend, because a lot of times I touch, I'm a little superstitious and I do touch the graves. Okay, let's see if I can read this. Major H, so that's Hampton Zane Churchill Cockburn. Born at Toronto, Canada on the 19th November 1867. Year of Confederation. Died on his ranch in Alberta on the 12th July, looks like 1913. He served with distinction with the Canadian contingent in the war in South Africa. I believe that's the Boer War, right? And I believe this is his family marker. And if I'm not mistaken, and I haven't researched it. Oh, I have, but this is just going off memory. Oh, that's a dog. I thought it was a fox. I'm just going off memory, and I believe his father, or even him, but I think his father was the president of Upper Canada College at one point. And I think that's how they came into possession of his Victoria Cross, the real one. So this is his Commonwealth War marker. And if you're a Victoria Cross recipient, I believe every Commonwealth War marker that I've seen that has been bestowed upon a Victoria Cross recipient, they have it, the medal engraved in the granite. Major H.Z. Churchill Cockburn, VZ, Royal Canadian Dragoons. Well, that's the same regiment as Mark Diab. I do believe. I'll have to cross-reference that. Awarded the Victoria Cross as a lieutenant for heroic actions at what's that say? Your guess is as good as mine. Lilleheft 10, South Africa on 7th November 1900. So, if you've never seen a Victoria Cross grave before, this is one of the 50 that you can visit on Canadian soil. And to reiterate, I visited 28 of them so far. I still have 22 to go. But yeah, So I just want to show you something over here, which I found was kind of strange the last time I was here. And I have to admit, this cemetery is a little unsettling. Well, I'm not like I'm scared or nothing, but it's because it's such an old cemetery, and some are a little more unsettling than others. But okay, so look at this fence, okay, with barbed wire around it. I noticed this last time, and it's right before the valley, and these boxes were here last time. I don't know what that. Oh, it's bees. Okay, they didn't have that sign here last time. They didn't have that sign here last time, so hey, people, my conspiratorial brain was working overload there up until this point. Anyhow, let's go take a look at the ravine down here. Wow, holy, wow. And this hill, like I said on the camera, you never see the magnitude or steepness of a hill, but the cemetery goes all down in there too. And there are a lot of famous people here. And that hill is steep. A lot of famous people rest in this cemetery, and one that comes to mind, I believe his name is John Scarlett. Now, for people that live in the west end of Toronto, you know Scarlett Road. So the people that live in Toronto have heard of Scarlett Road, and John Scarlett is also known as the father of the junction. He owned a lot of land around there, and he's buried in the cemetery as well. And I've looked at his marker online, and it's very, very worn, and I believe it's down in there, but I'm not looking for that today. I'd have to come on a day where there's no snow, no leaves to find his. And I don't have the information today with me anyways, and it's too cold to start researching. I knew to come to this one because I knew where it was. But this cemetery is massive. It runs down a huge hill, like I said, and yeah, he's one of the notable ones. And if you know the West End, but off Scarlett Road, Lambton Golf and Country Club, I believe his first name's John. I'll call him Mr. Scarlett. He had a racetrack there, right on the grounds, on the flatlands where you go into the entrance to Lambton Golf and Country Club. That used to be a horse track, way back. He was a prominent man, and he owned. I believe he owned some grist mills and I believe a lumber mill in the West End, and that's where I live. Like you'll see me in my videos. I'm on Scarlett Road almost every time I get on my bike. But yeah, and who else is in here offhand, top of my head? That's all I can think of right now. But there's some notable people in here for sure. Bunting. No. Bunting. I think Bunting last name was a co-inventor of insulin, but I don't think this is the same Bunting. I believe the other Bunting was in Mount Pleasant Cemetery, I do believe, but I'll look this up. Okay, so that's going to conclude my story time with Dewey today. Dewey was really roaming around today. Just came back to my local Walmart. I was just here about 15 minutes ago doing a little shopping, and when I went in, I talked to a gentleman that was selling poppies on behalf of the Canadian Legion. So I went and did my shopping. Then on the way out, two Walmart employees were asking him to leave, and one of the Walmart employees threatened to call the police. So I talked to the two of the Walmart employees, and I instructed them that calling the police might not be the best option. So anyhow, after a short discussion, they agreed to go check with media relations to see if this gentleman could stay here. And I'm looking across the street right now, and I still see him, so I'm gonna go over and talk to him. So what's the verdict? Are you allowed to stay?
I'm still here. They didn't say anything.
They didn't come back out?
No, they didn't come back out.
Yeah, I'm going to stay around for a little while. So what I did, when I went home, I knocked on Steve's door.
Okay.
Different Steve.
Oh, different.
So he woke up, and he's a member there though.
Yeah.
So he's going to talk to the other Steve. and he said it shouldn't be a problem, but
I don't know. I'm going over there at 12 o'clock.
yeah. Although everyone will know by then.
You know?
Everyone will know by then.
Yeah.
So I'll stick around for a little while, see if the cops show up. And
I don't think they're going to show up.
no, they better not show up. That's all I can say. But if they do, I'll video it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll stay over there for a bit.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, buddy. So they didn't even come back out and talk to him either way, whether they're going to call the police or not. So he might be okay. He's leaving at noon anyways. But I'll stick around over here for a little while. So in talking to this gentleman, not selling the poppies, but taking donations for the poppies, it's his first year doing it. He's a local guy, and you know, he was under the assumption that he could come here and there would be no problem, and there shouldn't be no problem. People that take time out of their day to volunteer to stand out in the cold, and it's a thankless job, really. And I was talking to him earlier as I was going in, a little after 7 in the morning, like getting here early, and he was saying, yeah, it's his first year doing it, but not too many people are giving donations. I was obviously already wearing my poppy. I wear my poppy a couple of weeks in advance of the last Friday in October, and I don't care. I wish I could wear it all year round, and I might start doing that. So anyhow, I thought I'd come back over, and if the police did come or they started harassing him any further, I would video document it. And yeah, it won't, it wouldn't have, I don't think it's going to go well if that does happen. But anyhow, he's just over there now, and since I've been here, I haven't seen one person even stop and look his way, and I haven't seen anyone wearing a poppy either. This country's nauseating. Well, I don't think they're coming, eh?
What's that?
I don't think they're coming.
No, I don't think anybody's coming.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was inside, they didn't say anything.
You were inside yesterday, didn't say nothing.
Yeah, in there, inside.